welcome back to the channel, boys and a few girls. I know I have some explaining to do. So before we get the video started, I want to explain to you why I've been kind of gone for the last month. Now, I've only really been gone for a month on YouTube, but I'm always active on Instagram, so if you have not yet, go and leave a follow, leave a like, leave a comment on my most recent post at lines.and.dashes. So why have I not been posting on YouTube lately? Well, so about right after I posted my last YouTube video, I started having mic issues. I was going to record, I think it was the NBA trade predictions. The NBA trade deadline predictions and what I wanted to see and what I think would be great for the league, right? All of a sudden, when I started recording, I had audio issues, pretty much meaning my mic was picking up every little sound in the background, right? So for those of you who have a mic or whatever of the case, right, and you start hearing that stuff, it's like the worst, right? Because it's like anything you do, it just like picks up. And it was my first mic I've ever had when it comes to like running a podcast or a YouTube. So I really didn't know what the issue was. So it took me a while to figure that out because for 1 week I was trying to figure that out. And then for the next week I was traveling. And then the week after that, I was kind of busy trying to catch up a little bit on everything after my trip, / still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Because I ran diagnostics, I Googled shit, I ran tests, I could not figure out what was going on. Until I found an article, and pretty much my mic has been fried. So my mic was fried, and it took me 3 weeks to figure out. So I said that on my Instagram story. I kind of made fun of myself there, which is why you should, again, go leave a follow. I'm on Instagram all the time. It's one of my big places to where I communicate with y'all. And my mic was pretty much fried, and then for a week, it took me another week to find a mic that I could, first off, afford, but second off, last a while, have a warranty on it, and be able to sound crisp and clean, right? And so I found it. It's the Razer Mini that I'm using right now. So y'all let me know how this sounds. I think it sounds fucking amazing, but y'all let me know. Now let's get into the video. Today's video is we're going to be redrafting the NBA 2022 draft class. Now, this one's exciting because here's the thing. I'm probably going to do another video just like this at the end of the regular season, at the end of the postseason as well. So right now, this is kind of like the halfway through the regular season at the All-Star break type of redraft. So don't be surprised if you see this later down the road, but I think this is going to be a fun one. Let's get into it. And with the first overall pick, the Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero. Now, they keep this guy because, first off, he's a generational talent. This guy has been doing very well for Orlando. He's led them to having the same amount of wins as they already had last year. He's made that big of an impact just halfway into the season. He's also leading the rookies in points per game at almost 20, and then third in rebounds at 6.3, and then in assists he's third as well with 3.6 rebounds a game. Banchero will more than likely take the Rookie of the Year award. I mean, Mans is doing very well for himself. He's having the best defender on every team he goes against to guard him. Even though he may not necessarily be an elite defender just yet, it is just his rookie year, and offensively, he has done tremendous. And with the second overall pick, the OKC Thunder select Chet Holmgren. Now, there really isn't much to go off here besides the fact that OKC needs a center. They need a power forward center because their tallest guy is 6'8" on the floor, and he really should be playing small forward. They don't really have a true center now after they traded Mike Muscala, and let's be honest, Chet Holmgren still has the highest ceiling. Even though he hasn't played at all this year, he still has one of the highest ceilings in this draft class. And with the third overall pick, the Houston Texans select Keegan Murray. This is the first change that we have in this redraft. Originally, the Rockets here go with Jabari Smith Jr., but at least in my opinion, he hasn't been doing that well for them. He also doesn't look like he seems to flow with that offense. Now, the Rockets are kind of a shit show of a franchise in the first place, but let's be honest, who is a wing player that they have? You can't name a Rockets wing player right now. Keegan Murray is the best wing player right now in this draft class, being able to have an elite, deep threat with the three-point shot and also being a great defender. He's doing well in the Kings right now, and the Rockets need somebody to play off the ball instead of having a lot of ball-dominant players with Kevin Porter, Jalen Green, and Seguin. They need somebody to play off the ball here. Keegan Murray is that guy. And with the 4th overall pick, the Sacramento Kings select Benedict Mathurin. Now, this guy is arguably the best wing coming out of this class, but the only reason I have him below Keegan Murray here is just because of the defensive effort from Benedict Mathurin. It's really not there. But let's be real here. Benedict Mathurin is a great wing, and the reason why is because he's running up for the 6th Man of the Year award in his rookie year. This dude is averaging 17.2 points coming off the bench. This guy is doing very well, and the Kings, they need an offensive wing. Harrison Barnes is a great 3-and-D guy, but let's be honest, outside of Fox and Sabonis, they don't have really a wing threat when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Mathurin is the best player that they can fill in here for this Kings offense. And with the 5th overall pick, the Detroit Pistons select Jaden Ivey. They don't make any changes here with this pick, mainly because Jaden Ivey has shown huge flashes and potential running this offense by himself. And once Cade Cunningham comes in the fold, them two are probably going to be very lethal. Having a lethal backcourt is vital to team success, so I don't see why they stray away from this pick. And with the 6th overall pick, the Indiana Pacers select Jabari Smith Jr. I know I was kind of dogging on Jabari Smith Jr. earlier, but I really only have him falling to the 6th pick just because of the fit in Houston. This fit in Houston is not that good. He needs a guy that can be able to pass him the ball. And here's the thing. The Pacers are in need of a power forward. They just traded Sabonis for Tyrese Halliburton, who seems to be one of the best passers in the league. And guess what? When you have a best passer in the league, you're going to be able to get the ball more. Jabari Smith is averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds a game. Imagine what he's going to be able to do with a passer and playmaker like Tyrese Halliburton, a shooter with Buddy Hield, and then a defensive stud in Miles Turner. Now, Jabari Smith has shown the raw talent and skill, and he is a project in this league. But the Pacers are also a project themselves, so having another building block to have around Tyrese Halliburton to build this team back up again into contention is key, and I think Jabari Smith would be a great player to have besides Tyrese Halliburton. And with the 7th overall pick, the Portland Trailblazers select Jalen Duren. To my fellow Blazers fans, hear me out on this. I know y'all are probably thinking, why wouldn't we select Shaedon Sharpe? He's shown great and tremendous potential of being an offensive threat in this league. I get that. But think about it this way. The Blazers right now are at a point to where they're in contention. Even though they may not necessarily be in contention, they are looking to contend to win a championship. Damian Lillard is 31 years old. So right now they need to be selecting players that are going to help them win now instead of in the future. And Jalen Duren is that win now type of guy. The Blazers are missing a defensive beast in the paint. A 7-foot-tall beast like Jalen Duren would do well on the Blazers and help him out on both ends of the floor. He's a pick-and-roll guy as well, and he can immediately plug in and fit into this Blazers team. This is why he goes at the number 7 spot. And with the 8th overall pick, the New Orleans Pelicans select Shaedon Sharpe. With the Pelicans, they kind of got to go best available prospect here at this point. And this kind of works out perfectly because they also need some depth in the backcourt. Because at this point, past the trade deadline, they have traded Devontae Graham. And so besides Dyson Daniels and CJ McCollum, there's really no true backcourt guys on that team. Now, they did get Josh Richardson, but he can play small forward, and Herbert Jones has been playing shooting guard, but he really plays, I think he's more natural at the small forward position. So getting a guy to come off the bench and Shaedon Sharpe, who's going to provide an offensive boost to this team, has been very vital and very important since Zion can't stay healthy to save his life. And with the 9th overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Shohan. I don't think the Spurs stray away from picking Jeremy Shohan because of the ability to make an impact on both ends of the floor. The Spurs also are in need of a power forward still, And Jeremy Shohan has been working very well with Greg Popovich and playing off the ball. I mean, Keldon Johnson's been leading that offense, but he's been really the second-hand man in that as well. Now, we could argue here that Walker Kessler goes here with Jakob Poeltl just being traded at the trade deadline, but I think Jeremy Shohan is a way better fit here. And with the 10th overall pick, the Washington Wizards select Walker Kessler. The Wizards don't really have a true center. Kristaps Porzingis is more natural at the power forward spots, and having a true center would help this team out tremendously. Walker Kessler is a center that the Wizards need here. Walker Kessler has been doing it well on both ends of the floor. His length at 7 feet tall would make the Wizards a very hard team to go against. The Wizards already have a top 5 defense in the league already, and their offense is not doing that well. And Walker Kessler will be able to provide a boost immediately on both ends of the floor. Kristaps already plays the power forward position naturally, so having 2 7-footers in the paint, that's tough. That's tough. And with the 11th overall pick, the OKC Thunder select Jalen Williams. I don't think the OKC Thunder stray away from this pick. Jalen Williams has been an excellent and elite defender guarding the best player on each team throughout the entire course of the season. He's averaging at the rookie class best 1 and 2.5 steals a game. Mans is doing very well for himself. He's also third when it comes to field goal percentage in his rookie class. Mans has shown great potential, and especially on a team that is in need of a wing defender, Jalen Williams is the answer. And with the 12th overall pick, the OKC Thunder select Tari Eason. Now, unfortunately, at this point for the OKC Thunder, all the top guys have been selected. I mean, they really could select another power forward or center here if they wanted to, but there's not really one quality one enough left to take at this 12th overall spot. And the OKC Thunder, even after the Jalen Williams pick, still need another wing guy to play power forward or small forward. So double dipping here with Tari Eason is not that bad of an idea. And with the 13th overall pick, the Detroit Pistons select AJ Griffin. Especially after the trade of Sadiq Bey, the Pistons are in need of a small forward, and AJ Griffin right now is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and in this rookie class. And he's a great 3-and-D wing guy here. The Pistons need somebody to play off the ball of with Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham next year. AJ Griffin is that perfect pick. And with the 14th overall pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Christian Braun. This Cavs team is really only missing one piece on its team, and that's a 3-and-D small forward. Christian Braun offensively has shown great promise with shooting lights out and then being able to attack the rim. Now here's the thing, Christian Braun has shown tremendous hustle on defense. Now he's not necessarily anything like a Jalen Williams or a Keegan Murray, but with maybe a year or two and already being with one of the best defensive teams in the league, he's going to be able to pick up that defense real quick and be able to have some help when it comes to having Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in the paint, or Donovan Mitchell being able to help out on the wings. He's not going to just sit there and be alone, just being ISO'd. He will have help. And having help, especially for a guy that just needs to learn some of the small things when it comes to defense, is going to go a long way. And eventually, Christian Braun will be an elite 3-and-D wing. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a like and comment down below what you thought or what you would change about this video or who goes where. I will see y'all later. Peace.